Joining us today for Primetime Local News is author Bob Brill. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Oh, great. Looking forward to it.
Glad to be able to have you on here, Bob. Now, we are here to speak about your novel called The Tattoo Murder, which was released today, actually. Can you tell us what this is all about?
Tattoo Murder is a racy detective novel set in Ventura, California. It is fiction. However, if you look at the book and you pick it up, the way we've structured it, we've done some unique things to make it look like it's real. But it's basically based on a detective by the name of John Potenza, who is an Italian American. He is also a longtime Venturan. He's a surfer. It's one of his big things. He's really into certain music, Creedence Clearwater in particular, and a couple of dedications of the book to John Fogerty. And also, he is, I guess, if you classified him as far as a ladies' man, he's sort of a local James Bond. He has a lot of women. He has his main squeeze, but he also has a lot of women. And he's a hunk of a guy. Okay, let's put it that way. Nothing like me. So, but he's a good guy. He's very dedicated to family. His family's involved, and the idea is he's got to solve this crime that starts out in the very first page where a body washes up on shore. Ventura is a coastal community, and it washes up on shore. And from there, he has to solve the murder, but he also, at the same time, has to try to keep two rival biker gangs from going to war. And all this ties in. It's a very unique. It's very involved. It's got several storylines, and it's probably, I wouldn't say probably. I think it's the best book I've ever written. As far as all the books I've written, and I've written like 13. This is definitely my best writing, and totally different from pretty much anything else I've ever written too.
Now, was there some specific inspiration for this novel?
No, I don't think so. I've tackled, I've written 6 westerns that is out of a 10 western series, and I've written a few other instructional books and one book on the internet as far as how business is done. But I think the one thing that I think keeps me going in this particular way and makes me feel really good about this particular book is we did 2 things that were very unique. And number one, I made it so that if you're reading it, it's time dated. In other words, every scene, at the beginning of every scene, there's a break. And like, for instance, one I'm looking at here is it says beach home of Jen Holmes, Ventura, Thursday morning, March 23rd, 2012, 7:25 a.m. So there's these breaks, and the book takes you through, and it's time dated all the way through from beginning to end. So if you're like me, you're someone who picks up a book and takes 3 months to read because you can't sit and read. You read when you can. You could drop this at any time and come back and know exactly where you were. And the other thing we did that was really something I've always wanted to do because I'm kind of quirky. One of the things I really wanted to do was to make it look like it was real. And making it look like it's real, we took actual photographs of places where the fictional book takes place. So there's a center section where the photographs are. There's like 10 photographs or 12 photographs of actual places in Ventura, and with captions as to like this, a body was found in this grassy field, or these are the getaway boats, and there are actual photos of real stuff that is in Ventura. So like I said, if you pick it up and you didn't know it was fiction, you would think it was real. And since it takes place in 2012, you think it was an actual story from then. But we did put a line in there under the photo credits that while The Tattoo Murder is a work of fiction, the photographs are alive and real in Ventura, as well as are some of the people.
And I know you're saying this is probably your best work so far. So do you expect to see that same support for this new novel like you've seen with your previous work?
I actually expect more because this is a better book. I think this is one of those books, and I say this cautiously, with all the hope in my heart and desire. I think this is one of those books that could really, really do well. It's just that type of book that if you get into it, hopefully you can't put it down. I know my publisher and a few other people have told me they can't put it down. And I actually wrote this book 10 years ago, and I never put it out there. I just kind of wanted to wait until the time was right. And I've had people tell me for years, Bob, please get it out there. It's a great book. Please get it out there. And I decided finally, at this particular point in time in my life and the way things are going in my life, the time that I have or don't have to do certain things, and I wanted to get another book out there. It was just the perfect timing. So it's out there, or will be out there this month, and hopefully it's going to do well.
And just to clarify for people that may be interested, where all can they access this novel?
Yeah, Amazon is usually the easiest way, although you can also go to my website, which is bobbrillbooks.com. It's pretty easy to remember, bobbrillbooks.com, and you can order it directly from me as well. Obviously, if you're going to order the virtual book, you have to go to Amazon.
Perfect. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Bob.
Shelby, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.